All right, so it is Thursday, which means it's time for Deviant Futures. Uh, uh, so our let me start with the like stuff we have to get done. Our VTT is roll 20. Our character art is all done by Hero Forge. So let's go around and introduce the um the players. Let's start with Shadow.
Hi, I'm Shadow, also known as the True Shadowmancer. Um, Things have slowed down a bit, so right now you can find me here on Deviant Futures as Woodja. And then if you all want to hop on over to the Desperate Dice Rollers channel in Discord, I hang out there as well as here in Dirty 20 Gaming.
All right. Eddie.
Hi, my name is Eddie Elfman. I'm an Edmonton-based voice actor. You can find me here on Thursday nights, which is tonight, playing Mizio, the Oathbreaker Paladin. Or you can find me crying on Monday nights, playing Cheryl Dar in our Buffy the Vampire Slayer TTRPG, where someone definitely didn't die last session, and almost didn't die the previous session before that. Anyways, there's been a lot of sadness. So if you want to see some great roleplay, watch the video on demand that's available here, or check it out later on the YouTube. It should be there. Besides that, you can find me on my link tree, the Instagram, the TikTok, voices.com, even though voices.com is getting weird. And then keep an eye out for a project. I believe there's a link on there to search Eddie Elfman on Amazon for my Audible books. There's another book that's coming out, and I applied for it just because of the title. The title is, and I kid you not, from start to finish, is Vampire Diaries, John F. Kennedy Murder Mystery Romance, Free to Love, Love at First Bite, Book 3. So, if you want to sink your teeth into something, go check that out. How are we doing, Nick?
Nick, it's your turn.
I mean, compared to that, I'm a side character. I am Nick. I'm basically just on the Dirty 20 Discord, and I'm here tonight playing Karan, boatman of far too many names.
Chad is asking who the author is of this new book.
The author is Christina Easley. There's other Love at First Bite books. I believe there is a Romeo and Juliet vampire love story, as well as a Marilyn Monroe love story. And who's to say, maybe I will be the voice of the Love at First Bite universe. Who's to say? If you make it a #1 seller, I definitely will be, and I will stop at nothing. If it does well, I will never live it down. So please keep an eye out. I'll link to it once it comes out.
Oh. So to get back in. Okay. Oh, okay. To get back in, the party is split technically between realms. This is the farthest y'all have been split. 2 of you are in the 9 hells. 1 of you, technically 2, are in our top side. And let's actually do top side first. Would ya?
Why?
So Hati goes down to the hole. They start walking up the mountain, and they're completely ignoring the fact that those 2 kids that Hati asked you guys to watch and keep with you guys, they're kind of just wandering off on their own.
Yeah, get the leashes.
And they're going 2 separate directions as well.
Hey, I've only got 2 eyes, okay? And they only go so far.
And who did both the dice and you choose to go? None other but Emil. Choosing the older of the 2, you start to follow him. He turns back to you. Listen, I need to go for a walk.
Yeah,
I
you can go for a walk just fine, but still, we got to go find your brother, and I got to keep an eye on both of you.
Samuel can take care of himself. I know where he's headed.
And that would be
Back to the main camp. He's supposed to take the, oath and the ceremony to become Uriel.
is that the best idea at this point in time?
He wants to continue on with what he was raised to do.
I really am not comfortable with this. All right, we got to go stop your brother. Well, not necessarily stop, but let him understand the choice that he's making.
He knows the choice he's making. He's just stubborn and doesn't care.
He doesn't care that if he takes that oath, it's your father he's going to be facing.
I would have to face or become my father. He becomes Uriel.
That's not what I was saying, and you know it.
There are others who can purge. That just takes a much longer time.
This has nothing to do with the purge. This has to do with Hadi.
The weirdly obsessed one. I don't understand why he cares so much about us. We're literal strangers to him.
Perhaps, but he does care. Hell of a lot more than that piece of crap Gabriel ever did.
And he puts his hands up. Please do not. Yes, as badly as he was, he's still my father. I do have to show him some form of respect.
No, you don't. There's no have to. You choose to. Perhaps because he brainwashed you for so long, it's still second nature.
You want to follow Samuel? We'll follow Samuel. And he about pace and starts walking in the other direction.
Well, that's an improvement at least.
And you see Samuel, who is quite a far ways off, stop moving. And he walks back. Why do I need to come back here?
What you are deciding to do is in and of itself your own choice to make. But choices made blindly lead to bad places very quickly.
He pulls out from his satchel bag a journal, opens it, flips it through, gets to a page. The ceremony of the title is an important time in every second son's life. Closes it. It's my duty.
Duty? Is it your choice?
You have to understand, choice and duty are the same thing.
No,
I understand that for those like you may not have that understanding. That for those like us, of the higher echelon, we have a duty to uphold.
Back that comment up just there a couple steps. Like me, what are you inferring?
Well, look at you. You're obviously a servant.
Ever hear a statement, don't judge a book by its cover?
Of course, I have read it in many books.
Yeah, do you understand what that means?
I mean that sometimes our eyes are deceitful in understanding the reality around us.
Fairly close. You're looking at me and you see a servant. And that would be why.
You are neither of God, you are neither of angel. You are obviously, and he kind of looks at you, almost trying to look you up and down to see how you're made, is effectively what he's doing. You're obviously not heaven made or hell made, thus you must be of the servant made. Thus you are a servant.
How do I explain this to you? I serve no one.
Which is fine. Many servants don't.
I make my own decisions. And again, your decision to go through with this ceremony is entirely up to you. But have you thought through the consequences of doing so?
I become heaven's main record keeper and continue the job of those that came before me.
And what happened to the ones before you?
Well, the last one was murdered. Those before that, I'm unsure.
The last one was murdered.
By, if I'm to understand, your friends.
Are the hosts of heaven not at war with everybody else?
War is a heavy statement to use, but yes.
So,
We are in an attempt to quell the issues of this current world. And of course, there is pushback, but that is normal with
let's
change.
back things up here just a little bit again. Your predecessor was not murdered because one soldier killing another in war is just a fact of war. So the fact that your brain still processes that as murder is part of the issue. And if you step into this role and you not consider the fact that you're going to face similar consequences, and we're not talking about, oh, this form has been hurt, I'm going to reform somewhere else and be whole anew. What you are, everything that you are in existence, will vanish.
That is part of the purging ceremony, yes.
And you're good with this.
It is part of the duty.
But is it what you want?
I believe that you fail to understand that want is not a question for, again, those like me.
Yes, it is. Want is a question for every entity that is capable of independent thought.
Then since you are not understanding me, I want this. It is an honor to my family's name.
You know,
to all of our names, including for my mother who died protecting that.
That was not your mother.
Well,
Despite,
you are correct either way. If I am this scald entity and not as I know myself to be Samuel, then my mother still died protecting that. Am I wrong?
I can't answer that truthfully because I don't know the full circumstances.
I listened to the rabble over there, but I did not take notes, as I found it rather innocuous and boring.
Right. See, I'm not 100% convinced that this is what you want, simply what you've been programmed to do. But
If you would like, I can take you with me. We can go to the main camp. You can explain your disagreement of me taking the oath and doing the ritual, and we can discuss our options there.
yeah, no, that's not going to happen for one major reason. The rest of the folks down in that camp are just as robotic as you are, and I prefer not to have my brain scrambled. Thank you very much.
They are not robotic, and neither am I. I am just logical and understanding and learned.
Logical, I'll grant you. Understanding, not so much. And education, well, that means different things to different folks. Depends on whose books have been shoved down your throat. Again, I'm not going to make you do anything you don't want to do, and I'm not going to stop you from doing something you want to do. I've pled my case, and if nothing is sunk in, if you don't have any sort of second thoughts about this, be my guest. Because
Then
I guarantee you that 2 days from now, 2 hours from now, 2 years from now, when you're on the other end of this from me, I will not hesitate to end you.
Then where would you have me go?
Wherever it is you choose to go. Perhaps
The
take time to figure out, based on what you've just recently learned about, search your soul.
I am unwelcome in Asgard, as you can guess. Neither my brother nor I have a place to go. And Emil pipes up. I mean, if you want to stay with us and we hang out with your friends, I mean, we can.
I'm quite certain that you can, if that is what you want to do.
They look at each other and roll me perception. Because I'm wondering if Woodja would catch this. Nope.
Not a,
Look at
not a clue.
They look at each other for a moment. Yes, it is a nat one. Look back at you and go, all right then, since you seem to have an interesting way of looking at things, we'll follow you, servant. Do you have a preferred name?
Yeah, it's Woodja.
It's nice to meet you, Woodja.
It is nice to meet you. And at this point, you wish to still be called Samuel.
Of
And
course.
right.
And Emil looked at you kind of offended, being like, how dare you even ask if I would want to be called anything else? Cutting to the other party. You guys are shown to your room. You're shown to your bed for the night, so you get a very nice rest. Do you do anything else before you go to bed? Or even when you wake up in the morning?
Before I go to bed, I make sure to take my armor off, my plate armor, put on my royal vestments, light some incense, have a little place for Tiamat, and begin to draw kind of this circle. And I'm going to take some of the remains that I found in that horrible tunnel and put them out before me on the vestments. And Mitsuo casts Animate Dead on the 2 remaining skeletons. And he is going to raise to have 3. So at the end of it, it's just him staring up at the 3 skeletons that are of different dragonborn styles. I believe we're gonna do there's Rattles, there's Bones, and then there's Tucker. And Tucker is similar to Mitsuo. He is a gem dragonborn. We'll say he's like opal dragonborn, just for the fun flavor of it. And he'll kind of like nod his head and go, I want to thank you all for aiding me in this strive for justice, to rebalance the scales here in this world. Once we are done dealing with this terrible god, I will make sure that we get revenge on this being that espouses that they are nothing but the truth. Make them pay for the horrible murder against you and your people. So they're technically enthralled by me. However, they can understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
So there's like, it's very strange when you do necromancy in D&D. So I don't know if they're like in the back of their heads, I'm just going to do a general charisma check. You don't have to tell me whether or not it works. They're going to nod at me anyways. Ooh, that's bad. That is, even with a good charisma or persuasion check, I suppose, that is a 10. But they all nod at me, and Mitsuo's like, this is the coolest thing ever. And that's what he's going to do before he goes to bed.
Yeah, they all nod, and the one thing I'm gonna add to that is one of them. Is it Bones? Yes, it's Bones. Bones nods like enthusiastically,
Oh, sick.
and you kind of see because also in my head Bones is smaller than the other 2.
Yes, he is the weakest out of the 3, hit points wise, and that is because he is honestly probably like missing like a significant probably missing his like femur. It's been like replaced with something else accidentally, so it's really lopsided. But
And because of that lopsidedness, he kind of hits into Tucker, who hits Rattles, and you kind of see Rattles push Tucker back.
he's just like, it's brotherly love. He's just like almost crying. Just happy to be surrounded by people that can only agree with him. That's it.
And Kara, are you doing anything? You are muted. There you go.
Okay. So Karan looks around for a bit, kind of in the like roughly how big is the room's big enough, I'll just assume.
Yeah, it's the same size as Jinx.
And just kind of looks out the window. This one is just still just kind of, I don't know, it could literally be hours. I'm just kind of looking out at just kind of, I don't want to say like nothing, but it's kind of just like taking in what there could have been or like what there is. So he probably kind of hears well, just like distant fighting, like like at the edge of what he can hear. But just kind of looks up at the ceiling, it's kind of, it's not a reminiscing a little bit. It's been a while since he's been kind of in this like enclosed cave kind of space. But it's almost like thoughts of what could have been. But probably what like really strikes him is after a while, a particular memory comes back of walking around the if I say the garden, it's don't remember, Garden of Elysium. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
Yeah.
This is kind of the first time he was just down there on his own before Hades even moved in. That there was just one tree that was just there. Well, more of a sapling, considering what the tree would eventually become.
Okay.
And more of the kind of the question of where are you now?
Of the tree itself? Or are you asking about where the tree would be or no?
It's more I guess more like a kind of that memory for him. It's kind of more like the first time he like really had an encounter with Gaia.
Okay. Yeah. You don't get anything back, I will say, when you're asking about the tree, like if you're asking anyone in particular. Like nothing comes to you about it. So yeah, your night goes by with you guys doing that. Mizio, every so often you just hear sounds of bones rattling throughout the night as
Like
one of them are
sweet
doing
chimes, like wind through little chimes outside my door when I was a little boy. Mm-mm-mm.
and you get up in the morning to the sound for both of you is of someone like hitting your door hard and knocking. Let's do Mizio first.
Probably while he's slapping on his armor, he's gonna go, "Yes, what is it?"
And you hear Adele's voice on the other side. Okay, so Ed said that we need to go.
Do we have to skip breakfast? Can we stay for a minute?
He's asking if we can go as soon as possible, but if we need,
Okay.
if you and Narfi need to eat, he's okay with it, but he would much rather us like head out soon because apparently something's going on. Something's going down.
Does this home, large home, have any spare, armor or vestments or anything at all?
Roll investigation.
Yeah, he's gonna try and outfit his skeletons with armor so they can improve their AC. And this place might be the best place to do it. 11.
What you find, it's very old
Okay.
because they don't have stuff for dragonborns. A lot of it is for tieflings.
Fair. So it's just more armor scraps to put on the armor scraps that they're already wearing. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're all more or less the same color scheme. That's good.
For Bones, the helmet is very obviously too big, so it just falls on it in front of his face.
Yeah. Definitely like that one zombie in Walking Dead where you can't see the eyes. It's just the big gaping maw mouth being.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Karen, as Missio was looking for stuff, you get a knock on your door. Very similar message of we gotta go. Something's going on topside.
There's always something going on topside, Adele.
I know. Apparently, this is bad, and Ed wants us up there ASAP.
I need information from bottom side.
Okay, we'll do breakfast. Ed will be there. We'll have a conversation.
I'll keep it short. But I do apologize for having to get to the point with the King of the Hells.
Yeah, you know Ed well enough. He's not gonna care.
I don't think he's gonna like my line of questioning.
Do I need to come in there? No, I don't want to come in there. Nope, never mind. Not asking. And you just hear footsteps walk away from the door.
Good. So I'm gonna kind of hurry following. Not exactly. No, I'm sure she's heading the direction of breakfast, so I'm just gonna follow.
Yeah. Is Mizio following to breakfast or?
He'll offer to back Charon up for the conversation if it's going to be a unpleasant one, or one that has an interesting line of questioning if you're open to it.
Yes.
All right, sure. I'll make sure that Rabble stands guard outside. I'll get the three stooges lined up outside the door.
As you guys enter the room, Ed is sitting at the head of the table with Des to his right. Jinx is not at the table. But he looks at you both. Oh, you both decided to do breakfast first. Oh, right, I can tell you about a mission then. Topside. Wasn't there more of you?
It happens. There might Murphy's around. Don't worry about it.
I'm
I'm
the rest of them in.
Do I need to bring them in?
Any of the ones that you can find, sure.
All right. And would ya? Yep. You hear the very common sound now of a portal opening up right underneath you.
Please grab them.
And you just accept being pulled in.
Well, as soon as I have these two in hand.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna do it that way. As you fall in to 3 seats, just one right after the other.
You could give a body a bit of a warning before you do that.
I am sorry, would you? I was trying to get you here faster so that I can explain your next mission. And who are these two?
Emil and Samuel.
Oh, Gabriel's boys. I haven't seen you either since you were little tykes.
Well, it's a bit more complex than that now, and they're taking some time to find themselves.
Interesting.
If I may ask, Asmodeus, since when was Gabriel in North?
With the children, that was before the veil drop. Many, many moons before. They were still children, and they looked much more like their mother. They've grown to look more like their father in their age.
Avoiding the question, I feel there can be seen a bit of that today.
Interesting. All right.
Okay. Fine. I'll let you give us the brief, then I have a few questions about the past.
Right. Essentially, Browfall is under siege. They have asked for our help, as they are not doing well. Apparently, the fighting has gotten to their doorstep, and they need help.
Okay. Since I know time is of the essence, what do you recommend us do about the siege?
If I am correct, they are just trying to get the city to fall, just like the others, just like they've been doing to Asgard, just like they've been doing to us. Effectively swarm with troops until they can't fight back. Yes, Mizio, correct?
Yes. So, how is it that we're going to that 5 of us, 8 of us, are going to be able to hold off an army outside of a siege line? Is there some sort of the last place that we stopped? They had a big door knocker, battering ram type thing. So, is there some sort of engine of war or a general that we need to kill?
Our understanding, this is either you all need to be very stealthy, get in, just light whatever you can, or either light things on fire, get people to wake up, whatever you can to effectively surge chaos.
All right. You two might want to stay here while you figure yourselves out, because you don't want
Like Emil pipes up, like hell we are. If you say that the rebellion is great and choice is great, I think we both want to see this up close.
All right then. So, what's the name of the head of the snake?
The current general there. He looks to the two kids and looks back to you all.
I speak in his
Cecilia.
mind and go, just tell me in my head, in case it might be someone that they like by the way you're looking at them.
He looks to Missio. Cecilia.
I just repeat
Oh.
Cecilia and Wooja and Charon's minds if he did that back in my mind.
Yeah, he did.
And goes, right, there is no general. How convenient. So we should have two teams. Is my initial idea. We have a distraction team, and we have a we go after one of the biggest tents, the people that aren't very stealthy or good at distracting and sowing chaos.
Correct my memory. That is their mother.
That's Mara. Cecilia is their younger sister.
Younger sister. My gosh. I feel like that's more important information than a name, but we'll take it.
That's why he was like, oh shit.
Joy.
How did Loki wake them up?
Loki woke entities up. Or may I ask where?
Almost everywhere he goes anymore.
Interesting. He did not have that ability before.
Oh, waking may not be the right word. Angels use illusion magic to make people look like angels. Loki
Yes.
mayhaps knows illusion magic very well.
He does?
Dispelling illusions is not exactly difficult.
Very true.
In an army that is supposed to be, quote, only angels, no longer being only angels. Chaos follows very quickly.
Agreed.
That's it.
He is a somewhere being himself.
I don't suppose either of you two are very skilled at ending these illusions.
Nope.
Oh, myself. I thought you were talking to the Wonder Twins.
I think it was to the room in general, but I don't.
Oh, well, I could cast Dispel Magic, but it is only, I believe, one. I
It's
believe
kinda
it is
limited.
just one creature or object or magical effect at once. So maybe we could.
I mean, an illusion of that size would surely need a source, would it not?
It would
Or-
depend upon who is in charge.
Exactly. Perhaps the right individual target.
Possibly. But, Caroline, you did say you had questions for me about the past?
Do you think it's some coincidence that your realm survived?
Of course not. That was by
Okay.
design by them.
The heavens exist. The material you can't go without. That was the source of the ritual.
Correct.
And why do you say your realm was required?
They, as I was informed, the dead needed to go somewhere.
And not their army?
They were worried about the possibility with Ghost of losing their minds.
I can neither confirm nor deny the claim.
Exactly. When even deities are losing their minds left and right, because they have been in the physical for too long.
What preparations did they have to do? And where did they do them?
It is now what we would call the prison. That is where they did the ritual on our end.
Okay.
Do you possibly still have your map from before?
My map is likely out of date.
Agree, yours would be, and looks to both Woodja and Mizio.
We have a map.
I got this, and he's just rolls out the thing that he has. I imagine I was given one at one point in time.
Yeah, you were. You were.
So he's
But
just
yes.
gonna unroll it, and it's gonna be.
And you see now the map has even changed.
Ooh.
There are more places that he is fully in control of, except one, which is
Bravo.
the island.
Oh, the island. Interesting.
And he points to it. They decided that they wanted the prison on an island. Thought it was more protected that way. Souls could not escape.
Because of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Unless you have a boat, right?
Correct.
Which means there has to be a ferry to it.
There is.
Or you can fly.
Or you can fly. We do have a Charon that does take care of it, but as you know, it is not you. It is one of the copies that they made with the I forgot what they're called anymore.
The greedy little things.
Yes, the creepy little things in the coats that don't talk, or if they do talk, it's all in riddle and rhyme and creepy, and I don't like them.
That
I
sounds
like-
so cool. Karen, there's a copy of you. Do you think he runs as fast as you do?
No.
No.
They're made off of what the angels thought I was.
Hmm.
And we know that they're idiots
Agreed.
and desperate. But unfortunately, I'd love to question you further of why you other than the convenience of letting them keep your realm alive. Oh, okay. Admittedly, one layer of your 7. I will give you that.
I got to
I'm
keep
just
most of what everything was, even if it wasn't in the configuration of that I was used to.
anyway. That aside, I hate to say this, but we are burning time due to the whole difference.
So what are your
And-
questions then?
Should we succeed, how should we return to you in order to help somewhere that's less of a, I do apologize for the surface, but I feel that currently be a lost cause?
If you believe that the island being protected is more important, then I will tell you all how to get there, and even how to ask one of the Charons to take you across. But I will warn you, I don't know how much time they have up there, as time may be moving faster. That is why I also wanted all of you here. As you have noticed, our time is very steady. Time moves at a steady pace. We have been having reports from different parts of Topside that time is running haywire. Especially, and looks to those two, at the main camp. And you see Emil and Samuel look between each other and look back.
Ah,
Is that a look of concern, of understanding, of what the fuck?
Perception? Let's-
Insights?
Or insight? Yep. Give me insight. Whoever wants to see what they're actually doing.
I mean, I know what I think it means.
Ooh, an
But
8.
It is. Mizio gets nothing.
Wicked.
we got a
But
16.
both of y'all know. It is a look of both what the fuck and oh shit.
Do I believe my... it's fine. I'll just go with my assumption. I'm sure it'll be wrong. Although it's more of a look to Adele of, you are wrong? Are you serious? You were wrong on that number? Okay.
You see a from Adele to you, like, how am I no. And is Wood just still asking what was the look about?
No, he's got the idea that they know something, but this is part of the. If you want to tell us, you're going to tell us. I'm not going to bother to drag it out of you.
And they look around that everyone is looking at them and go, and Emil, fine. Yes, we are having some issues with time. We can't get it to run correctly right now, and none of us know why. Every camp we have is in a different time thing. And main camp seems to be the worst. So I don't know about this with you all, but incorporeal beings cannot be in a corporeal space. Emil looking at you all very confused, like that was the most obvious sentence I'd ever said. And then looks over to Samuel. Samuel sighs. What my brother is trying to say is that somehow someone put the veil back up around main camp, meaning neither of us can enter. But if I'm Uriel, I can. And I can start getting it back into shape.
If we happen to know somebody who is corporeal,
Well,
could go in and...
you all are, if I'm to understand, except for and he starts to scan. And it is for Emil, this is like he's counting sheep. So he looks to Mizio. Corporeal? Would ya? Corporeal?
What did you call me?
You're corporeal. You're a physical body in space.
Oh, okay. Not
you aren't
ghost.
Basically a soul that's
Sorry,
like
yes.
anchored.
Incorporeal means ghost.
Yeah,
corporeal
basically.
means not ghost. From my teachings, it's been a minute.
And then
I know I'm weird. Don't worry about it.
you have a weird line. You would be seen, but you wouldn't be felt or touched. And the freak would just completely disappear.
You know she has a name.
When you say completely disappear, as in no longer exist, or just
none of you would be able to see, hear, touch, feel. Even she would just, to you, it would be like she never existed.
She would be in the space, but it's kind of like a bubble on the other side.
Correct.
It's like those rope tricks that the wizards used to do, but on a bigger scale.
And the other one that disappeared before, the one that got all clingy, if he is correct, he may disappear like the freak would. Or he would be in the weird space between, like, and points to Charon.
Anyway, one bridge at a time. Right now, we have to do, you said, Brownborough?
You mean Browfall? Yes.
Yes, that one.
We want to stop the siege. And he
Or-
looks amongst the people and goes, "What is our plan of attack for these?"
The other thing you could do, since Browfall's time is all right, from our understanding, they're not speeding ahead or falling back or doing any of the weird things. You could look at the prison if you needed to look there.
Okay.
It is important to me, as it
The
is
prison
one of
is
our last
important too?
strongholds.
Yes, okay.
And honestly, a bit on the personal note, it has been a thorn in my side. Even though Lucifer is not heading that front, it is still very much a thorn in my side.
You sound like Hades. You think he liked Tartarus?
I believe not. I don't even like being down here.
You sound like you picked a short straw in an argument.
I know I did. And if you are to go to Browfall, and he turns, my daughter, I believe, unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask you to go. They may need the extra help.
So
I give him a look.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing. She will be safe with you all. I have, strangely enough, faith that you all are much stronger and much more, what is the word I'm looking for? Knowledgeable than most believe.
Would the prison
what-
be a place to put a deposit?
Yes, actually.
I don't trust you on that, I'm going to be honest.
Didn't
Roll.
really sell it, did he?
No, I will happily roll for. Is it insight? I think technically.
I think it's insight. And he...
For a 12,
And from him, a 20.
I believe he is not lying. That he is relatively convinced it's a safe place to put something that I have not told him what the item is.
That's why he was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. They may have stupidly put it there.
Joy. So we are on different tracks anyway. So how are we going to get to this? If Brawlborough's fine, how do we get to this? You said prison island.
Well, if you do not want to take the boats, which kind of run every so often, you may want to fly if you're able.
Is the distance between the shore and the island?
Oh. From my memory, it's far. But it's...
Is that a distance or a length of time? I've seen both.
It's a both thing, unfortunately.
Anyway.
You have to understand... The distance is not... And he stops, and so for a moment... It's about 6 meters. So it's not extremely far, but the problem is that there's a current in the water. that can be dangerous if you don't know how to traverse it. If you are in the air, though, flying, you don't deal with the current. That's why we say it's a far distance.
You said 6 meters, correct?
Is that?
That is like
I'm trying to do it in British.
It's okay.
Give me a break.
In
it's,
British?
like, it's 18 feet.
Yeah, you just said it was 18 feet.
18 feet. Okay.
Just give us it in feet and we'll
Yeah,
convert it for you.
yeah. And he in 2 miles. There we go.
2 miles.
Two
Okay,
miles.
that's
A kilometer-ish?
3.2 kilometers.
Oh,
Okay. It's a little further, just a tiny bit. It's fine. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
try.
Yeah, it's fine.
really
Okay.
tried.
I appreciate the
in-
attempt.
In
good.
the other.
3,200 meters.
Thank you. I try. I'm learning meters. I'm learning to
Hey,
put it back and forth.
hey, reach out to a Canadian during this Pride Month and just let them know I'm sorry. That's all. Okay.
Anyway, that aside.
So yeah, he's just
Alright.
like, "Mhm."
If we have time, then we will head over there.
All right. But I do want to send Des with you, no matter your choice. If you wish, you may take the portal to Browsborough. And you hear Emil pipe up. Would you all be against helping at main camp?
I'll be happy to help in the main camp.
Yes.
I would as well. The vow is of personal interest.
Yeah, the not being able to get in isn't great, and people not being able to see you is even worse. And as being that I'm not the most savvy in building anything or fixing things, I can't help them.
I don't think our goals align on that what to do with the veil. But anyway, prison first, or are we going to do Browborough first, or Browfall?
Which do you think has the greatest likelihood of me hitting something?
You hitting something?
Yes, like I get to do something. I get to use my hands.
Probably the prison, if I'm honest.
Then I vote prison. I can fly myself and my servants
You will be
over.
more likely to probably have to fight angels.
Oh, great.
Are we going to get in trouble for fighting angels?
Probably yes. Since in the moment we are in a stalemate, getting over there has been a problem, and them coming over here has been a problem as well.
Yeah, Karen, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but we've been fighting angels.
You have.
I'm bearing a few.
And especially the stronger ones.
Oh, if it's the weaker ones, then we're fine.
Yes, but there are quite a bit over there. And with Lucifer running around as a wild card, because we don't know what he's doing at the moment. I am sorry to admit that. He has been helping our side. He has been helping their side. He has been kind of just doing his own thing now that he isn't in charge. And it's a little stressful.
Who's in charge?
I am. I took the hells back. I have been fighting for it this entire time, while you all have been topside.
They broke out? Let's that's a story over tea.
Yes, that is a story that we can discuss later, because it has been a mess.
So
my
you're
friend.
implying that they may have us, if we deal with the prison, that might be where they're coming from.
Correct. I believe that they have possibly a portal.
See, now you're telling us the important information here, front.
Yes.
Well, you have to understand it's not exactly something I like to discuss because there's only supposed to be one portal in and out of hell.
Okay. Then tell us that
All
there's
right.
more than one and we will shut one down.
I feel like I am just Lucifer all over again.
It's gonna be very important to know that they can't get back up, so maybe we try to
Anyway.
brute force our way in and make sure no one can show up and help them.
We will start by talking to the clones. And if they don't seem overly up for talking, then we'll find our own way in.
Sure. I can I can get myself over with my servants using the help of Zelekis. But don't know how the Charon cannot fly. And Awuja is fine.
I'm better than fine, but I get the compliment. Thank you.
You
Wait,
forget
can you
my name
run across water?
as long as I don't stop.
That's an option.
Run across water as long as I don't stop.
That's how monks work. He's not wrong.
No, it's just
We all
Oh.
just fucking zoom over.
I mean, should we at least like make the clones think we need them first, or do we just go
Sure. Let's go talk to
Charon 2? I don't know what you want to call it.
I don't know.
You're
We've
online.
just-
Yeah, sure, we'll take it.
we've called them the Charons.
I
The
don't know.
near
That's
fee.
that's not a compliment. That's worse.
We don't know what to call them. They're just kind of
Anyway.
gross.
Let's get this show on the boat. Let's get this boat on the road. I don't care.
All right, let's go. Rattles, Bones, Tucker, let's go.
Would you like me to get you there? Or would
Yeah.
you rather
Yes, please.
all right.
Rattles, Bones, and Tucker.
The door slams open and 3 skeletons go and just like show up in the room.
Are we going to discuss the hypocrisy here, or have you just completely done a 180?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
These are my
somebody's
friends.
Do you not remember the threats you made against me when we first met?
I wasn't sure about your intentions, and you killed someone in a street. I'm cool with you being undead. You're the and he like pauses and like looks at the 3 of them and goes, "They're a little different, don't you
Yeah.
think?"
Skeletons, they have no free will.
Well, no, you have free will. They all nod their heads. See?
We're going to talk about this later.
Okay, deal.
You just see Asmodeus go, all right then. Opens up the portal so you all can walk through. It is taking
Oh.
you to the docks. I can't get to the island, unfortunately.
That's fine. I just realized we had passengers.
Well, boys, the decision is yours whether you walk through that portal or not.
Samuel looks at you all. I believe for study this would be very interesting. And so he steps through. Emil, you said, would you, that this choosing your own life thing is important, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go and piss off some people and ruin the only chance that I probably had at going up this ladder. Yay! I'm throwing my life away. And he steps through.
It's
I
okay.
like
There's always an
that,
afterlife.
You need to work on the pep speech. All right, guys, let's go party.
Yeah, well, Mizio probably looks at Woodger the same way he looked at him about the undead creatures, and like looks at the two just like children, and is like, "All right, whatever."
They're not kids, they are adults.
To Mizio, they are.
Oh yeah, to everyone they're kids. Everyone's treating them like they're kids, which
Yeah.
is great.
He's like, I don't give a shit about these kids, but all right.
All are down here.
Yeah, who
I mean-
Twilight? Who pulled the Twilight Zone on the two of us, huh?
Wait, what?
The
I have
un-
undead servants, and he has religious followers.
angels and the paladin with the skeleton.
I'm an oathbreaker. Tiamat was like, "You need this spell, man. You need to have undead servants following you around." All right, that's what my god wants from me.
Hey,
Pretty
mean,
sure it's CC.
So as you get to the docks, there are warehouses. Oh no! Hopefully Nick did not just disappear on us.
uh-oh.
Definitely has his hat tipped when he's
Yes.
about to. Oh,
Yeah!
wicked. Good stuff.
Are you okay over there, Nick? No. Okay.
Getting a little choppy on us.
That's fine. I know you do not want to necessarily. It's up to you whether or not you want to lead the negotiations with the echoes of yourself, Charon.
So at the docks, of course, there is a very large pier with a couple of different like docks headed into the water. What you guys will see is there's only like one or two like boats that are sitting there. I feel so bad for Nick.
That is fine. You do not. Oh, wait. It's up to you
He
whether or not you want
moved.
to do
He
it.
moved. Uh, I can see that he's typing. I know he's still there and he can probably still hear us.
Yeah.
So if he wants to use text to tell us anything while his internet is coming back,
Text the talk. Text the talk.
text the talk. Let's go. And there are, I don't remember how tall he is. How tall Charon is, but the Charons are all about 3 foot, almost 2 foot. They're about the same size as imps. So they're tiny.
Are they wearing like oversized like Charon clothes as well, or are they like
They're-
waddling around like children?
They're walking around with these hoods up, so you can't see their faces.
Jawas.
Hey, Karen, your kids have gone emo.
Is he back? I think he's back.
Okay, we're back.
He is back.
Can we? Yes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
back.
Jeez.
I'm actually gonna take off my jacket.
I did.
Okay.
I know that was very scary, but there's a literal 3 foot versions of you that are wearing weird clothing.
They're my size.
Are they wearing anything? Are they wearing masks or no? That's what I don't know.
They're wearing just hoods so that their faces are covered.
Anyway, actually, I have zero idea. These kids, like these tiny Karons, look like anyway. Other than the fact that they're definitely like angelic, roughly, as far as I think I'm aware.
They're mini
They're
bikes.
stupid little things. Cool. Anyway,
And they just stay on their boats. They don't move. They don't say anything.
jeez.
And that's all they're doing is just standing there. And I don't know who wants to know if they're looking at you guys. Because they're looking in your direction. You are muted, would you?
What direction's the island?
They're looking like in your direction, but you can't tell if they're actually looking at you. or if they just saw movement and their heads moved.
I'm just gonna start walking towards the water unless one of the Karons decides to say anything.
If you start walking towards the water, you get in your head the message from no clue who it is that speaks up. You just get
Yes. Be careful. Water dangerous. Yes. Very, very dangerous.
Could you take one of
Alright.
these boats, Charon?
I mean, may as well be nice before you try to steal somebody's boat. That's kind of rude. I can also just
Are
get
they-
a boat.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's try and get this dealt with. Do we have to give them copper pieces?
I mean, you could ask them what they want. I mean, all they've told me so far is the water is dangerous.
Hail and well met, ferryman. Is what he's gonna say towards the closest one.
and the closest one's face immediately turns what would be basically looking you like dead in the eyes.
My group and I would like to gain passage across these waters. What is the payment you require for your services?
Are you prisoner?
I'm inspecting the prison.
Okay. Yes, yes, Inspector. Okay. Do you have guide? Do you need guide?
That would be me.
Okay. 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 Do you need anything else besides crossing?
What else would you offer?
Information. Yes.
Sure.
And he
We have quite the ride ahead.
and you just see him put out his hand.
I see. Information to information.
Oh, Mizuo just like takes like just a stack of copper because he assumes that all ferrymen need copper to get paid.
That's the wrong currency as far as I'm concerned, but maybe a little bit.
Okay.
It's silver. I think it's silver if I remember correctly.
It's pennies over the eyes.
Oh, it's pennies. That's right.
And things, so it should be copper. And he just puts 100. Let's say I have 1 gold worth of money. I put down 100 copper into his palm, stacked on top of each other.
He never breaks eye line with you.
This pay for all crossing? Yes. And it pay for also many questions. Yes. All will fit. Yes.
All right.
This boat looks to be maybe 2 feet.
It's fine.
Wait, sorry, it's 2 feet wide.
It is like 2 feet wide and 2 feet long. It is
What? How is I take up a 5x5 square?
It looks tiny. Like you all should not fit. He's telling you guys you're going to fit onto one boat.
Oh, we
Is
need
it
the
like-
fleet.
If it's like 5 across by like 10 back, is that like closer to what you think the size would be? That wouldn't fit all of us comfortably.
He looks back at boat, looks back.
No, it fit. You will fit.
All right.
Mizuo's gonna try to just plant his heavy ass in this boat and just see what happens.
Roll me Arcana.
Arcana, okay.
Wood's just kicking back, watching.
It's only an 11.
So what you see is as you step in, the boat changes. And it is no longer just 2 by 2. It is as big as it needs to be to fit you all.
Oh, it's a magic boat. Okay. All right, cool. Come on in. And then like the skeletons all like waddle in, like Waluigi characters.
For everybody else, what this looks like is Mizio has a foot. And he's just somehow balancing in this tiny boat behind the Charons. Like,
Does it look like when the skeletons join me? Do they all just
It
like
looks
stack up
ridiculous.
on my shoulders?
Yes, effectively they
Okay.
just kind of, but what you see is them sitting next to you.
This is trippy.
See, yes. You all fit. Yes. Friend agree. Yes, you fit.
I get on the boat.
Let's go.
I've changed my mind. I really like these copies of you.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
And like, as you each step on, roll me Arcana. Or Charon with advantage. Because your boat can do the same thing.
I built a second one, but I'll take an 18.
Would ya? It's a magic boat. With an 18, Charon, you know what's happening. This is the same thing that your boat does.
You're funny.
And so it's kind of very entertaining that it's doing the same thing.
I mean, same thing, slightly different means of execution.
Yep.
Spatial magic be weird, okay?
Okay. You have questions? Go ahead and ask questions. Both have to fight correct. So it take a bit. Yes.
How many people are working at the prison?
Working or occupying.
Both.
Working would be others, like well, not myself, but other
And he kind of does this motion.
Okay.
And somehow the boat is still going without him controlling it.
Mm-hmm.
And
so yes, there are others. They have been put into the solitary, from my understanding. Yes.
So the occupiers have put the otherwise normal workers into solitary.
Correct. Yes.
And do you have opinions either way?
I do not. That is not my job.
Good. As the inspector, it is my job to ensure that you don't. Just looks back at the guys, gives them a thumbs up.
give me a deception roll.
What? I'm doing
Yep.
such a good job.
Do you have any concerns about the fluctuations of the
Can it be persuasion? I know I'm lying to their faces. It'll be deception. That's fine. 22.
Yeah. This was not high. They are not intelligent enough to know anything.
You're about as subtle as a ton of bricks upside the head.
You ask my opinion on what?
the well, we're here specifically inspecting the fluctuations in occupiers.
Oh yes, they do not bring souls, so we have very little to do. Yes.
What do they bring?
We do not know. They do not come through us. No.
Do you know only these waters?
I do. Yes. And only back and forth.
When did this current appear?
Oh, current. Moons ago. Yes. Same time as new boss. Yes. New boss create current. Yes, he said that current important to keep the new prisoners on island. Yes. since it not look like this originally. No.
Is the current new boss on the island or elsewhere?
New boss elsewhere.
And who is directly beneath the new boss? If the boss were to have a right-hand man.
Oh, that is a female child. Yes.
Female child, okay. Does this female child have a name?
Possibly, but we do not know.
It is not your job.
No, not my job. My job is to take souls from one to the other. That's it.
I see.
Will you be waiting for us on our return?
I stay at shore until I take you all back. Yes.
This is a very pleasant experience. Thank you.
It most do not speak with us, and if they do not understand. So it is very nice to have passengers who understand. Yes.
Because if I'm correct, you all speak Infernal of some sort, right?
No.
I do.
But you also speak Celestial, right?
No.
I thought you spoke.
What kind of paladin are you?
One that was not good at studying.
I used to speak Celestial.
Anyway. I mean, if you want, we can just say I was translating.
Yeah, we'll put it that way.
Okay.
Because I am also the guide that I said I was the guide anyway.
Yeah. Wicked. Okay.
Cool. Fix that little awkward.
Ooh,
We got to talk
this
to
is
your.
wonderful.
What were you saying?
And he's where the face would be is looking towards you, would you?
I was saying he needs to talk to his honey buddy to figure out how to learn the language.
Turns back to Care.
I do not understand. There are other languages.
He's talking to you.
There are others. I mean, when we get things hopefully straightened out after our inspection, we might be able to have you traverse further.
Interesting. Yes, I will. I have not been further. This is it. I go back and forth. And most do not speak my language, so it is very boring. Yes. And Orking does not care to talk. Or if do, he get very bored and very angry. Yes.
Interesting.
I'll make sure to learn Infernal or Celestial at some point, but I have to brush up on my Draconic first.
And fell some issues.
Yeah. Not a lot of gem dragonborns even speak Draconic. Usually pick something else.
Well, it's going to make pillow talk a little tough.
I know a different language that can help me get my point across.
Ah, yes. As all do.
Bison is like, all right. With that innuendo aside, let's. Oh,
just-
do we get there?
Yeah, you guys. Like as I'm imagining after that, the rest of the boat ride is relatively quiet, as everybody else is like,
Can I try to figure out who might have been responsible for the current, especially hearing that somebody did it?
yep. You'd have to roll history or Arcana.
And I have a question. Is this the Styx or is this a different river?
Technically, this is the River Styx. So there shouldn't, yeah. It's with, I will give you with advantage.
Oh, geez. There's not many people who would even be able to like start moving stuff around. How does a 22 find you?
You realize that this current was put in by Lucifer via magic from L.
I mean, that puts him very high on my list. And my list is extremely short. Anyway, that slight beef aside, I'm sure the others noticed like a tension coming from Karan after passing that.
Not really. You look as stiff as normal.
Stiff as boards.
Be careful. Yes.
Because when he pulls you up on the boat on the what do you call it? On the shore, he's actually brought you not to like the front door. He's brought you to the side. And in front of you, it's very much it's a hill with a very large, what looks like a castle sitting on top of this hill. It has 4 towers, watchtowers, and from what you can tell, it's huge, just from this single angle of where you're at.
I mean, do we do a scouting mission?
We could. Yes, we could. I'm not particularly skilled at being quiet. And he just stares at Woodja.
We're inspectors. We're not supposed to be quiet. We're supposed to be nosy.
That's actually true. Is
Scouting
there like a
mission.
pathway?
From where you're at, no, you're just on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Which also, everyone roll me perception
Ooh-wee.
for this one.
Natural 20 for a total of 21.
14.
Would ya? Ferryman, you barely get it. And Mizio get it. This is a black sand beach.
I love Game of Thrones. Great.
I actually got it from Hawaii, but whatever. It's an actual place. So pretty.
I've been at the filming location in Iceland with the black sand beaches. It's quite nice.
Okay.
Volcanic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that means we can send this place sky high. Wait, what? No, that's not. I mean, the imps will be fine. They have fire resistance.
Technically?
Yeah.
Technically?
Anyway.
So
yes, this is where I will stay for you all to come back to. Yes. Okay.
and he just
Mizio like pats him on the head before they leave.
doesn't move. Does not react.
Is it like a head or is it like like what's the texture like?
What is the
like is there
Oh no.
is there give?
Yes.
Or is it a normal head?
There is absolutely give on this thing when you touch it.
Tries his best not to look fucking grossed out.
Because like even when you look and you tapped it the first time, you can see your handprint. Kind of just where it would be where you tapped it. And you see it slowly kind of go back.
Good,
Almost like who?
good, Karen.
Jeez, I'm glad I'm not a dog in front of you.
Well, it's just these things. I was going to ask before if it would be okay, so I'm not going to pet you when you're a dog.
Why do you assume I've become a dog? Is it just like a
Never mind.
family thing?
Well, I just
What? My brother's a horse. My other brother's a wolf. So I definitely have to turn into some kind of animal in front of you.
It's a crazy world, okay? Anything can happen.
Logan's
I'm
my
a
father.
dragon,
Anything could
and I
happen.
can talk to you, all right? I'm made out of literal crystals. And he like flicks his head. He's like, nothing makes sense half the time. I don't know
Anyway,
how you work.
we're arguing outside of a prison we're supposed to be inspecting.
Very true.
And yes, we do argue like this occasionally to the other 2 or 3.
Yeah, with you is Dez, Adele, Emil, and Samuel.
Where did we leave Bali? Where did we leave him?
He flat out like disappeared on you guys a while ago.
He is somewhere inside Asmodeus's mansion, as far as I'm concerned and aware.
Probably, yes. That is where Narfi believes he is at the moment.
Because we did say if he gets lost and captured, that's on him. Much of it's a problem later, sure. But also we have a thing to break into.
So the Karons give you directions effectively to keep walking down the beach because the beach is just an island. So you will eventually get to the landing platform and the walkway up. Because from what you could tell, because it's on ledges, it's basically like a circular until you get top of the prison to the prison.
Okay, does
Just,
anybody have rope?
Oop.
Don't exactly
Yeah, rope.
as his wings unfurl.
I mean, I can secure this further up so we don't have to go like wrapping around constantly. As long as we find which the front is roughly.
Would inspectors be climbing up rope? Would they be slowly marching up the steps?
Maybe walking up the steps. They wouldn't have a reason to bypass them.
It's just extra cardio. It's fine.
Fine.
Just to cross my T's and dot my I's. The boss of this place is not Lucifer. Who is the boss of this place?
Are you who you ask?
Technically,
The group.
Asmodeus claims to be.
Yes, but the people that we're going to be talking to.
Well, perhaps ask that to the mini Charon.
He just called him boss.
He did not seem to know. Although I can tell you who did the current, but other than that,
Oh, who did the current?
Lucifer.
And if I recall correctly, Asmodeus said Lucifer was in control of this area. Did you not?
That's why I wanted to double check with everyone here and make sure
So
that I
more
didn't
than
have any
likely he
assumptions.
is still kind of in control, or they have given control to one of the other angels.
Okay.
Oh, we're not going to find out standing on the beach, Gavin.
Exactly. Up the stairs we go.
Yeah.
Up the 1,000 steps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably like 20 steps in. Mizio's going to be like, yep, it's just more cardio. And he's already regretting it.
Emil and Samuel are actually walking ahead of you guys as they're relatively like in very good shape. And they kind of look back. Emil actually will start. Didn't you all say that didn't his name, the guy that you talked to at breakfast, did he give you a name?
Which one?
For whoever's in charge over here.
Not over here that I recall.
Ah.
It was the person in charge of the town which is under siege, which we were given the name of.
Oh, all right. Interesting.
So it could be entirely possible that he's not aware.
Or from what it sounded like, you all haven't been able to get information over here. What if I go ahead? What if we go ahead? We're known faces, known names.
Then you would be
well-
extremely helpful to get us in, would you not?
That's what I'm saying. Samuel can bore them to death with his science and logic, and I can do what I do.
Yes, you give us legitimacy in our claims.
The only problem is we need a prisoner as well. At least we used to.
Well,
I mean, we're inspecting, are we not?
Well, you all may be, but I'm going to have to be here on separate business, right?
You could be getting a prisoner.
how do you transport your prisoners when you bring them here?
Here, we bring our most dangerous. That's what I've been told. It would be anyone that we couldn't take care of well. And you kind of see his eyes drifting to a very certain person.
I mean, you've been potentially told by a superior that you found means to potentially purge one of the more dangerous.
Yes, it just takes a much longer time.
I mean, we have a lot of stairs.
I mean, I can bring in any of you. I can bring in the freak easily. And I can, well,
You have to avoid using that name. Just call them Adele, please.
ew first. Secondly,
I think Mizio's probably going to get in this person's face and go, if you're not going to have the decency of calling someone by their fucking name, maybe you shouldn't hang out with us.
and maybe if you understood where her place is, maybe you wouldn't be getting on my ass.
It
And
reminds me why we didn't throw you on the sticks.
he's standing toe to toe with you too.
This is where, yeah, back up a step and start thinking about what I talked to you about. Now, Mizio, chill. I hand Mizio my crossbow and my sword. All right, boys. Let's go.
I mean, I would have had much more fun locking her up, but
I'm certain you would, but I'm what you get.
and he pulls out a pair of handcuffs. Effectively. They're a little bit larger, measuring about this wide on the wrist. So if you're cuffed like that.
All right. And
boy.
as he puts them on, Woodja twists his hands just ever so slightly so they don't quite clasp all the way down.
That is an interesting trick.
Mizio was about to mention something and he sees Woodjet make sure that he can get out of them and goes, all right. And he puts the sword and the crossbow down onto his sides. And he's gonna.
And Emil looks at you all again. Would me calling her Snowflake be better?
Yeah,
I
call
look
her-
at Adele.
Oh, Matt is Adele.
Yeah, you where'd I make this character out again?
Between I'm about to set this place on fire and he's about to be set on fire himself, how close are we? What's the range?
Between she is about to burn him to the ground.
Oh, so she's not that mad. She's annoyed significantly, but not that mad.
Yeah, it is. She wants to kill him, not the place at the moment.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. But does she bristle at? I just wanted to.
She's not happy
Yeah.
about it. But at the same time, you just see her look. Fine. If you want
It's an
to call me
improvement.
that over freak, it's a little bit better. But really not much. And she looks to you all. It's probably better if I stay down here.
Considering what's in your bag, I would agree.
And also the fact that I'm probably #1 wanted.
Yeah, we
You're
could put you in a disguise.
Well, if we need your help, I'll just scream really loudly and in much pain.
Yeah, she's gonna do this. Is this the one I'm thinking of? No. Yeah. She's going to put in your head, effectively, you get a message. And so that this happens, if something bad happens, call me, I'll be there.
You got it, Toots.
That might be worse. So, yeah. Des, I know I have to put on the American persona again. Great.
What persona?
Lucifer called it that. He was very interested in them. Ancient culture, apparently.
Yes.
He won't be around much longer if I see him. Wait, what?
Understandable. He's not here, though. I can almost guarantee it. He hasn't been here in months. And she also snaps her fingers, and she is back in the receptionist outfit. So the very short skirt, the white blouse, or the red skirt, the white blouse, and her hair pulled back in a bun. All right. I guess I am leading 2 soldiers of the heavens with a prisoner and 2 inspectors. Because they brought them down here to make sure things were all right, although we didn't come in through the portal. We're gonna get killed.
We just need to find the portal.
Yes. And also, like, I can yell at anyone who isn't getting paid enough. As long as we don't run into the head honcho, we'll probably be fine.
Wait, who said? Okay, you seem to know where it is,
Me?
right? Either of its. You say you know its existence. Okay. That's not going to end up right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Supposedly it's in the what do you call it? Like a courtyard?
Oh, that's the main place. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
when
going
they
to be so well defended.
When they locked me up in here, that's where it was.
And portals are not easy to move, so it's probably still there.
Probably.
They're really easy to mess up.
Does Mizio think that he can dispel magic a portal?
Are you thinking of using dispel magic to get rid of this portal?
Yeah, well,
Some-
Mizio's thinking of that. Yeah.
Still
Does
some
he
first
think
good-
that he can do it?
Try.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
can
very
try.
smart.
This is gonna be great.
Sounds like a great plan.
So Des takes the front. With
Oh yeah, I'm the guide, supposedly.
you.
That's we said that to the
Oh yeah, to the Karan.
Karen, yeah.
The Karens.
The Karens? Oh no.
That's what I've been calling them.
Oh yeah.
So yes, put
It's your manager.
Huh?
The Karens, they want to see your manager.
Houdini.
So Des moves up front, moving Karan and Mizio to middle, and Samuel with Emil holding Wooja in the back. As you get to the stairs and get to the front door, again, this place is large. It is made strictly from stone. At least that's how it looks. And yeah, from the outside in the front courtyard, you can hear people yelling from inside. You hear voices of people shouting orders, and then you can also hear prisoners like yelling back and forth. And you can hear them like starting to say there are people outside waiting, and start hearing like the banging on the cells effectively, the sound of metal ringing out from the prison.
I am writing down imaginary notes on Notepad.
And as you do, you see someone walk up who she is about 5'2", with fiery red hair, freckles, very, very pale, almost the same pale as Adele. And she's in this very similar outfit as Des is, but instead of a red skirt, a black skirt and black shoes. And as she walks up to you guys, "Oh, right, this is wonderful. We haven't had inspectors or anything of the like, or even a prisoner in forever. This is most wonderful. You all must be bounty hunters." And as she rushes to the back and just bear hugs them both.
Just want to make sure Sarah didn't like peek for anybody else.
Yeah, I got
Oh, it
clipped out,
peaked?
but I imagine that
Yeah, you
she
peeked.
said the name of the two angels and then
Yep,
was so
Samuel.
excited to see them.
She said Samuel and Emil. "I'm so excited to see you," and rushes to the back and gives them a hug. Both bear hugs.
Hey, none for the guy in the middle?
I'm gonna have to use a different stat block for this.
Wolf.
Backhands.
Um,
That is going to be written on the report as well.
how does a 25 hit you?
Well, that's a natural 20, so with a probably full force.
Okay.
Interesting. The
And
person who greeted us immediately grabbed both the guards assigned to the prisoner.
yeah, for 11 points of damage.
Got it.
Yes, yes.
Plus, shit. 8, 26 points more
Another 20.
of fire damage.
26, you said?
Yes.
Solid.
Okay.
And you hear from her, "Prisoners and servants, stay silent at all times. Do you understand me? This is my prison, and I run it. And I keep order. Not if you understand."
Sure, I'll take a steak, mashed potatoes, sausage.
You will be a fun one to break. I can almost guarantee it.
I like it rough, baby.
It's just Mizio's writing has an equal notepad and it's just scribbling furiously.
As she walks up to you both, "I am so sorry you had to see that. The new prisoners are always the most difficult to break."
Especially when they're made like these.
Exactly.
Looks towards Wooja. Well, took a moment, quite a long amount of time, for the guards to notice that we've arrived. I hope that that is not the usual case.
It is not, as you understand. It has been very busy recently as we have been preparing for the ritual that I have been told that is coming up very soon. So we have been very busy. And unfortunately, some things have fallen by the wayside, such as greeting our inspectors and our guests, our most wonderful guest.
Well, that is why it is of utmost importance to make sure that everything is up to code.
Agreed. Order is very important to me, and I am sorry that I have not been able to keep up with it as well as I should, and including not introducing myself, and I am very sorry with that. I am Warden Cecilia. It is nice to meet you.
And that's where we're going to drop the curtain.
Oh,
Good
Bitch.
stuff.
Ah, crap.
Ah,
add some cheesecake to that order, would you?
that's
Yes.
cool. That's great. We're gonna be fine,
Oh.
everybody.
Oh no.
How bad
We're
is
gonna
it
be
looking
fine.
for Woodja?
Hmm.
Not too bad.
We're high enough level, but that's still not good.
That hits. That's
That always makes you sad.
like a third.
Yeah.
37 hit points in one hit.
I could probably take 3 or 4 more of those.
Okay.
That's what a dragon. That's more than what a dragon does with a swipe.
Yeah, she
Oh,
you guys are getting to the heavy hitters now.
That was a meal. That was not Cecilia.
That yeah, that I that was also using Emil's stats, since they have similar stats.
okay.
All right.
And
Yes.
Cecilia is the sister of these two angels that are with us
Oh.
as well. So
Yes.
there's no way that
Younger.
we're going to be able to kill her with them around.
The younger
Oh,
sister
great.
as well.
Great. Just great.
She is technically the youngest of Del, Emil, and Samuel.
That's been a little bit of backstory. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah, for running tonight. It has been absolute joy.
Thank
Yeah.
you to you guys for playing, because it's always a lot of fun. Thank you to chat. Yes, I did have chat up because I didn't see a certain Bat Kyle. So I was like, I should be safe, but no,
Yeah.
Blaze of Gloriosa got me.
Oh, it was Bison for
Yes.
me that just destroyed my ability to be like, I have to immediately say something.
Yes, the Jesus comment got me. So yes. So yes, thank you to chat for being amazingly active. Thank you to Karis, our producer, for producing tonight. Yes, super chatty, and I love when you guys are, because it's hilarious to me. I'm very excited for you guys to see this, the prison.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a little out of your depth here because of how bad this could get.
So that means we level up for next session, right?
No, it means we just
It means it
move
might
with
be
some
better
tact.
if everybody shows up, but
Ooh.
It's fine.
All right.
no,
All
chat.
right,
no.
other players. Show up.
Put it in cast chat.
Oh.
It's fine. We've survived more terrifying. Not by much, but we'll make it.
I love it. I love it. Means you have to behave. Yes.
But
yes.
I am behaving badly.
He's behaving. He's behaving exactly as
He's
expected.
misbehaving.
Yes. So thank you to YouTube in the future. We
Mhm.
will talk after, okay? So thank you to YouTube in the future. If you watched it here, that means you obviously probably liked it. So hit the like button, subscribe to know when next videos are coming out. Am I missing anything?
We're back next Thursday.
Hopefully. We're gonna try. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to be.
All right.
And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and please keep being nice to each other. Night.
Bye.
Bye.
And happy Pride, y'all!
Happy Pride.